Okay, this is just a really quick presentation to look at the different types of innovation. This is important because often when we think of innovation, we immediately think of new products that we buy. But there's a number of different types of innovation, so I'll introduce them here and we'll also talk about how they fit together. The first type of innovation is process innovation. This is all about looking for ways to run your business more efficiently. So doing what's already done, but doing it better. Cheaper, quicker, easier ways to run a business. A great example of process innovation in the fashion and textile industry was computer-aided design. So bringing design into the digital age, thereby making it faster, more cost-effective, and more accurate. The second type of innovation, which is the one that we're all familiar with, is product innovation. So these are new things that you can sell to customers. By selling them to customers, you increase the revenue and the profits of the business. As we discussed in a previous lecture, the aim here is to solve an unmet customer need. If you do that, the customer will want to buy the product. So here's a number of examples of product innovation. Look, we know them well. They can range from kitchenwares to electronics to basically anything that we purchase. Just to highlight, the objective of product innovation is to get your customers to purchase more from the organization. Another type of innovation is service innovation. So this is about new services that you can offer to your customers. Quite often you'll sell the services to your customers, but sometimes there'll be added extras that you provide to the customer to entice them to come back to your business. Often services are hard to sell because they're intangible, but they can also complement product innovation really, really well. A good example of service innovation can be found in the Gentlemen's League, which is a business in New York City. The Gentlemen's League takes a standard bag, so they don't even produce the bag, but their service is to sit down with customers and design a one-off artistic design for that bag. Here's an example of the front of one of the bags that they've created, or the design that they've created on the bag, and here's an example of the back of that same bag. So taking a standard product and through a service enhancing the value of that product. So these bags sell for around $2,000–3,000 US dollars. So obviously in the eyes of their customers, a very valuable service. As always, the link will be on the Learning Hub, so if you want to check it out, have a look at the Gentlemen's League. Really, really interesting business. The final type of innovation is business model innovation. So this is all about changing the way an industry operates. Often it's a result of an entrepreneurial business coming into an industry and saying, right, all you other businesses, you're doing it an old-fashioned way. I'm going to do it this way and disrupt the industry. However, existing businesses can also pursue business model innovation. It just generally requires them to go through a complete business restructure, which can be quite painful and complex. A great example of business model innovation is the company Threadless, which is an American-based t-shirt company, although they're online, so anyone can buy from them around the world. And what Threadless has done is it's changed the way that, I suppose, the t-shirt industry operates by not having their own designers. Instead, what they do is they crowdsource their designs. People from all around the world can submit a design to Threadless. Here's there are some pictures of some of the designers that have submitted designs. After a design is submitted, the Threadless community, which is customers and just people that are interested, vote and rate the submitted designs. Based on that score, Threadless decides which to put into production. Here's an example of a couple of designs that have gone into production. Now, every designer whose design gets selected receives $2,000 in cash, and they also get a $500 Threadless gift certificate. So good for the designers, great for Threadless because it's really brought down their costs, and it's also allowed them access to far more designs than they'd be able to come up with themselves, and good for the customer because that translates into cheaper prices. I think the average cost for a Threadless t-shirt is around $18. So really changing the way that industry has traditionally operated. Finally, let's look at how these different types of innovation fit together. What we've got here is an innovation curve. On the vertical axis we have frequency that the types of innovation happen, and on the horizontal curve we look at the degree of change that those different types of innovation mean. So first of all, we've got the process innovation. So within a business or within an industry, you want process innovation happening all the time because it only requires a small amount of change. Moving down the curve, so across an industry or in a certain business, you want product and service innovation still happening quite a bit, but not too much because it requires a fair bit of change. And then finally, we've got business model innovation, which, as we've talked about, is all about launching new businesses or destabilizing the industry. It happens far less often, but requires a huge degree of change within the industry. So that's it for this lecture. Just wanted to introduce the different types of innovation. We'll be looking at them in more detail as we move through the semester. Hope you found it interesting, and look forward to chatting in the next lecture. Thanks.